Alright, all you silly little gay people in my computer, I hope you all are having a lovely day. Today, we're gonna do something a little bit different from what I usually do. As you can see here, I have a tier list of all the Mario Kart 8 tracks. Just to tide myself over for the hype for Mario Kart World, I decided, why the hell not? Let's rank every single track in Mario Kart 8. Because half of these I didn't even play until a week ago, and some of them are pretty cool, for the DLC tracks at least. So yeah, we're just gonna be going through every single one of them, and as you can see, we have some, oh, I just hit the mic. As you can see, we have some pretty weird tiers here. We have, as you can see, woohoo! Thank you so much for playing my game. It's me, Mario. So long, Gay Bowser. Oh no! Mama! And of course, Wario, he'd want to be in the W tier, so we have, oh my god! But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and just jump into things. So Mario Kart Stadium. Mario Kart Stadium, I like this one. I think it's a pretty good generic stadium track. It being at night is unique, and it's a good introduction to the anti-grab mechanic that's kind of the central thing of Mario Kart 8. So I'm gonna put that in It's a Me Mario tier. Water Park. Water Park is really good. Isn't it like a Wario themed course, but like it doesn't actually say that in the title, but like all the theming is pretty like Wario branded, so like that's a bit weird that it's not even called a Wario track, maybe because it has dub in the name, because we know Wario loves his W's. I think Water Park goes in, does it go in A or does it go in B? I think it's gonna go above Mario Kart Stadium and B. I am gonna rank these within the tiers. I'll probably regret that decision later. Sweet Sweet Canyon. I like this track a lot. I don't play it a lot. Not a lot of people pick it online. I'd say Sweet Sweet Canyon is an A. I like Sweet Sweet Canyon. Thwomp Ruins. Thwomp Ruins, I think, is super duper underrated. I don't think it's A tier. I think it's B tier material. It has some really fun anti-grav, and that section where it opens up in the middle, it reminds me of, like, of all things, it reminds me of, like, fucking Gigan Rocks from Sonic Riders Zero Gravity, because I grew up playing that game too much. Maybe I'll do a video on that eventually. But, so yeah, we have Thwomp Ruins. I'll put that top of B tier. I think it's better than Water Park. I think it's better than Mario Kart Stadium. Maybe not as good as Sweet Sweet Canyon. Maybe we'll bring Sweet Sweet Canyon down a bit. Maybe Sweet Sweet Canyon can go in, like, yeah, that feels right. That feels right. Mario Kart 8 has a really good Mario circuit, because that's the one that's like a Mobius strip, right? I like it. Like, it's a simple track design, but it works really well, and it's fun from an aesthetic perspective because you're going upside down everywhere. I think this one gets an A. I think Mario Circuit gets an A. Toad Harbor. Toad Harbor is peak. Toad Harbor is so good. I love the, like, the going down, like, that one street with all the trolley cars around it. That's really fun. I think Toad Harbor, I don't think it's quite S tier material, but I do think it's top of A tier material. Toad Harbor's peak. Twisted Mansion is really fun. This is probably my favorite, like, haunted themed track so far, except for, like, that Boo Cinema track that's gonna be in World. That looks really fun. That might overtake Twisted Mansion, but I like the idea where, like, there's parts of the mansion that are flooded, you're driving along the walls of the mansion, and it's constantly warping as you go along. That's really fun. I think Twisted Mansion, Twisted Mansion goes below Toad Harbor, I think. I remember more about the track for Toad Harbor than I do for Twisted Mansion. Shy Guy Falls, Shy Guy Falls. This one's good. Like, that set piece with you, like, driving up the waterfall is peak. It's so peak. Like, there's nothing more peak than that. I think Shy Guy Falls, well, there is more peak than that, but Shy Guy Falls, do I put it top of A tier, or does it go S tier? Because the set piece is really good, but, I think it's top of A tier. And now that's kind of funny that we put all the Mushroom Cup tracks in B tier and all the Flower Cup tracks in A tier. Dolphin Shoals. Dolphin Shoals, I think, is going to be the one that breaks the mold, because this one's going in A tier. It's a great track. The dynamic music for this track is fantastic. I don't know if it's quite S tier material. I think I'd play, as a track, it is just kind of fairly generic water track is the thing. I think bottom of A tier. I think bottom of A tier fits for Dolphin Shoals. Electrodome, meanwhile, this is our first S tier. I love Electrodome. This track is fantastic. Like, the two music theme tracks, like that and 3DS Music Park, are both fantastic. But I think Electrodome really leans into it with like the anti-grav mechanics, where you have that one section where it's like one route's going on the top and like above you, and one track's going along the bottom. So no matter what, there's like a track upside down above you, and I think that's super cool. But you know what's better than Electrodome? Fucking Mount Wario. Mount Wario is one of the best tracks in the original, in the regular game. Wait, actually, you know what? Where's Sunshine Airport? Where the hell is Sunshine Airport? Where's my baby? There's my baby. I don't know why it's out of order. So maybe these aren't... I know these are all the Mushroom Cup tracks. I don't know if these are all the Flower Cup tracks. They might be out of order, but whatever. Mount Wario's phenomenal. One of the best tracks in the game, without a doubt. Mount Wario, like, the way it's segmented and everybody talks about, like, jumping off the cliff and, like, at the beginning and the, or jumping out of the plane and the music being timed to your jump, like, oh my god. Mount Wario is phenomenal. I love the segmented tracks instead of the lap tracks. Those are always really fun. And I think Mount Wario is just something special. They really cooked with that one. Wario always having the best tracks. Cloud Top Cruise, I think, is another S tier. Like going through the thunderstorm and like that brief bit where you jump on the airship with Gusty Garden Galaxy music in there, like they cooked with this one. I don't know if I like it as much as Electrodome or Mount Wario. I think it's not going to be above Mount Wario. It might be above I think it's... Nah, it's going below Electrodome. Bottom of S tier for now. Bone Dry Dunes. I think this track is perfectly average. There's nothing bad about it. It's just very average. Maybe Oh No? It might go in Oh No. It might go in the Oh No tier. So that's what, D tier? Because we have S, A, B, C, D, E, F. I don't know why I have an E tier. Most people don't do an E tier, but I guess I'm just special like that. There's 96 tracks. I'm sure something will go in E tier. Plus, I got to do the funny mama scream. So, Bowser's Castle. The new one, though, like, was there ever any question? I think this is the best Bowser's Castle the series has ever had. And I know people are going to get on my ass for saying that, but, like, Bowser's Castle for Mario Kart 8 is just, like, the way, like, the giant Bowser statue in the middle punching the road. It might be a little easy to avoid, but, like, it's really fucking cool. And, like, just the way they use the anti-grav mechanics in this level, it's, like... That's the coolest thing about the anti-grav in Mario Kart 8. It just lends itself so well to doing these unique designs for tracks that you wouldn't have otherwise. This is one of the best Bowser Castles in the series, and it's one of the best tracks in Mario Kart 8. Now here we have a contentious one. People don't like this Rainbow Road for some reason, and I don't understand why. Like, the Space Station aesthetic, like, I get it, but, like, pretty much every Rainbow Road, or every recent Rainbow Road has had some kind of unique theme. And I think the Space Station one is fun. Like... I think Wii U Rainbow Road is pretty damn good, and I think people shit on it for no reason. I'm going to put it in S tier. I think also the track layout itself is relatively challenging, especially those last couple turns. Like, those feel really nice and tight. Oh, does it beat Mount Wario for me? I think it beats Mount Wario for... Why can I not say Wario? What the fuck? Okay, but it beats Mount Wario for me. Not quite... actually... That feels better. We have Moo Moo Meadows. Now, I've seen a lot of revisionist history lately with people saying, oh, Moo Moo Meadows is a super average track just because, like, they're mad that it's in Mario Kart World instead of another track. But, like, Moo Moo Meadows is peak, y'all. I don't know what the fuck y'all are on about. Moo Moo Meadows is one of the best Mario Kart Wii tracks. Well, Mario Kart Wii had some phenomenal tracks, of course. Moo Moo Meadows is up there, in my opinion. It's one of the most iconic tracks from that game. So I think Moo Moo Meadows gets a place in the A tier. Where in the A tier, though? Maybe not as good as Toad Harbor. I think it's better than Twisted Mansion, though. I think that's a good spot for Moo Moo Meadows. GBA Mario Circuit. I think this one's fun. I like that they, like, went out of their way to add an anti-grav section that feels like a natural extension of the course. It's not anything special. I think it goes in B tier. Yeah, this is a B tier track. But where in B tier? Maybe it's Solunge Bowser. Yeah, I think that's Solunge Bowser tier. Cheap Cheap Beach, I'm gonna be so honest with you, I don't remember shit about this course. It's like, I've played it before and I know it, but it's like there's nothing memorable about it. So I think it's going above Bone Dry Dunes in D tier. Toad's Turnpike, I'm not gonna explain this anymore. Toad's Turnpike is bad. I don't get the hype behind Toad's Turnpike. It's just generic city track, but bad. And sometimes you can ride on the walls now. Dry Dry Desert from GameCube. From good old Double Dash. It's a nothing track. It's a nothing track. It really is. I'd say SNES Donut, some of these we're just gonna blow through. But SNES Donut Plains 3, I think, goes at top of D tier. Or no. D tier, not D tier. Probably C tier. I think bottom of C tier. Just because it doesn't do as much to stand out as GBA Mario Circuit, but it's still a good remake of a Super Nintendo track. The main problem being that it's a Super Nintendo track, so. Royal Raceway. I haven't played this one a lot, but I do like it. I think this one goes top of C tier. That seems like a reasonable place for it. 3DS DK Jungle, the Donkey Kong Country one. Or Donkey Kong Country Returns specifically. I haven't played a lot of DKC Returns, but I think this is a solid, like, A tier track. A lot of these are going to be in the A tier, I guarantee it. I think, does it beat Shy Guy Falls? No. It beats Moo Moo Meadows, I think. I don't know if it beats Toad Harbor. I think that's a good... You know, the more I look at it, the more I'm not sure about Dolphin Shoals being here. Ooh. Dolphin Shoals, you're coming down to below Thwomp Ruins. Sorry, Dolphin Shoals. Wario Stadium. I like this track a lot. This is a damn good remake. Wario Stadium, I think... Top of A tier for you. That feels right. That feels good. Yeah, yep, I'm set on that. GameCube Sherbert Top of D tier. It's a nothing track, but I at least remember it more than Cheap Cheap Beach and Bone Dry Dunes. Yeah, that's about all there is to it. 3DS Music Park goes in S tier. I think bottom of S tier for Music Park. Music Park is fantastic. I love the way they do like the music sound effects when you, like the xylophone effect when you go along those certain parts of the tracks, and the bouncing music notes to the beat. That's really fun. I really like Music Park. I played this a lot in Mario Kart 7. I played it a lot in 8. I like that we have both of the music tracks in the same game. Yoshi Valley. Ugh, I'm gonna piss some people off with this one. I do not like Yoshi Valley very much. I think it's very generic. I'm sorry. It's not great. It's Yoshi Valley. It has a lot of different narrow little pathways, but that doesn't make it a good track. In fact, I'd argue that that makes it a kind of bad track, because it has not a lot of focus. DS TikTok Clock, though, that track has a focus, and it fucks it up so good, in the best way possible. But does it... Ooh. Ooh. Yeah. Yeah, I feel comfortable doing that. Tick-Tock Clock is one of the most memorable tracks in this game for me. I think that's a good place for it. Piranha Plant Slide. A tier, but where? Not as good as DK Jungle. Maybe a little better than Moo Moo Meadows. I think that's a good place for Piranha Plant Slide. I like the cardboard cutouts at the end. I think that's funny. This is very much like a Mario 1 inspired track, and I think they pull off that aesthetic pretty damn well. Speaking of tracks that pull off their aesthetic pretty damn well, Grumble Volcano. Except here's the thing. I think this is one of the most overrated tracks in the entire Mario Kart series. It's good, but here's my question for all of you at home. Now, tell me in the comments, like, your reasoning. Why would you play Grumble Volcano over, like, most of the Bowser's castles? Like, if I want to play a lava track that's cool and lava-themed and has, like, a bunch of cool set pieces, I want to play Bowser's Castle instead of Grumble Volcano. I think it's still, like, top of A tier. It's just, why would I play Grumble Volcano over most of the Bowser's Castles? Yeah, that's pretty much it. N64 Rainbow Road. It's fine. Most of the reason this track is so good is because of its aesthetic, I think. And it's like a completely different track basically from the original like N64 version. So I think it's good. I think it goes middle of A tier for me. Above Moo Moo Meadows, but below Piranha Plant Slide. I think that feels about right. People love N64 Rainbow Road. I think it's just fine. I would play Mario Kart 8's Rainbow Road over N64 Rainbow Road any day. Ugh, any day. GameCube Yoshi Circuit. I think this is like a top of B tier track. It's fun that the track is in the shape of a Yoshi. I think that's neat. I think that's a neat little gimmick. I'm not super familiar with the games that this track appeared in previously. I just know that people were mad they took out both of the shortcuts in the Wii U version. I'm not super familiar with it, so I wouldn't know. But it's a good, solid track. It's fun. I think, B tier tracks are it's fun. I don't mind playing on it. I'd never go out of my way to pick it, but it's fun. Excitebike Arena, it is just an oval. But it's an oval with personality. It's an oval with personality. And I think that gets it into A tier. I think that the whole emphasis on doing tricks in that track is fun because it's just a reference to Excitebike, and I think that's neat. Dragon Driftway is really good. Dragon Driftway is S tier, I think, honestly. The music fucks with this one too. I would put this... Yeah, I think low S tier works for Dragon Driftway. I think the way that the track where it's you're driving across this sculpture for most of it is so cool. And the way the sculpture twists and turns with you twisting and turning on it is peak. Now the F-Zero tracks, those are some of my favorites. I've never actually played an F-Zero game that's not F-Zero 99. But I do really like these F-Zero tracks, and I'm excited to play F-Zero GX when that comes out on GameCube NSO with the Switch 2. That's going to be fun, because I have always wanted to try that game. But I think Mute City is one of the best tracks in this game. You're going to notice a lot of the crossover tracks are in my S tier because I just like them a lot. But you know what else is going to be in my S tier? Wario's fucking Gold Mine. I love Wario's Gold Mine so much. This is one of my favorite Wario tracks. Ooh. Oh! Trying to figure out where to put this is tough, but I think it goes under TikTok Clock, above Mount Wario. This was one of my favorites back in the Mario Kart Wii days. I didn't have Mario Kart Wii, but my grandparents had it. And we used to go over to their house every Sunday night for dinner with my family. And I would always beg them, can I play Mario Kart Wii? And the tracks I would always play were Toad's Factory, Coconut Mall, Wario's Gold Mine. Those were my go-tos. And of course, Moo Moo Meadows, of course, too. But not nearly to the same degree. SNES Rainbow Road, I think, is really solid. I like SNES Rainbow Road a lot more than N64 Rainbow Road because SNES Rainbow Road still feels like a SNES track. I think that's a good place for it. Top of S tier, or not top, near bottom S tier, I think is good for Rainbow Road SNES. Because I think it retains that Rainbow Road feeling, and it retains the SNES feeling really well. It makes it feel really unique compared to the other Rainbow Roads in this game, particularly compared to the new Rainbow Road and N64 Rainbow Road. I think SNES Rainbow Road is peak. Ice Ice Outpost. This one's really good. I think, the whole mechanic of it having, two different little mini tracks that you can go on, the yellow and the green, and then, be trying to figure out which one of them's faster, or, which one will get you where you need to go faster, I think is really neat. I think this goes top of A tier. I think Ice Ice Outpost is pretty underrated. I'm not gonna lie. Hyrule Circuit goes near the top of A tier. I would put this above TikTok Clock. Hyrule Circuit's just fantastic. It's a great love letter to Zelda. With the whole things where you hit the spinners and it unlocks the ramp with the Master Sword in that one chamber. They found a way to fit the puzzle solving energy of Zelda into a Mario Kart track, and I think that's fascinating. I think that's so cool. Baby Park is just funny. 7 laps on this tiny little oval with the chaos of double items. Not as chaotic as the GameCube version, from what I understand. I haven't played a lot of Double Dash, but I think this is a top of B tier. I would play this over Yoshi Circuit. Yeah, that feels right. You know what I would play? You know what I would also play over Yoshi Circuit, though? Sunshine Airport. This is the best original track in this game, I think. Sunshine Airport is fantastic. I love Sunshine Airport. Getting to, drive along the runway, go from the interior of the airport down to the runway, up into the sky, the plane takes off, you glide down with the plane back into the lobby. Sunshine Airport's fantastic. It's one of the best designed tracks I've ever seen in a Mario Kart game, to be frank. Sunshine Airport's just so good. GBA Cheeseland is funny. They really committed to the cheese aesthetic for it, and I think that's neat. I think this goes in C tier for me, just because, the layout's not super interesting. But the aesthetic earns it some bonus points. I think that's, top of C tier. Wild Woods. Wild Woods is pretty good. It's nothing special, but it's pretty good. I think that one's also top of C tier. Driving up, like, the trunk of the tree is fun. There's not much else to it other than that. Animal Crossing, this is another, like, gimmick track like that, where you have the different seasons. It's a neat little track. It's nothing special. I think it's better than Wild Woods. I think it's better than Sweet Sweet Canyon. It's better than... I think Under Dolphin Shoals is good for Animal Crossing. That sounds about right. Neo Bowser City is, like, an A tier track. Maybe top of A tier. It's not quite S tier. But this is, again, one of the best tracks for Mario Kart 3DS, Mario Kart 7, and this is, again, one of the best tracks in Mario Kart 8. It's really good. I just love the aesthetic of it, and I think the layout's interesting enough to, support it. Ribbon Road's like a B tier. I think this is like a high B tier. Ribbon Road is like, they took what they would have done, like, they took Cheeseland. They said, hey, we committed to the aesthetic, and then they made a good track out of it. Like, if you can trick on the road normally and the road, like, moves, that elevates your track ahead for me, just because I love that as a gimmick, and I think GBA Ribbon Road is a really good representation of that gimmick. Super Bell Subway. This one is purely for personal reasons. Super Bell Subway is, like, the reason it's so high for me is because it reminds me of, like, this one track from Sonic Riders Zero Gravity again, where you're like, I think it's like 80s Boulevard? Yeah, it's 80s Boulevard. Where it's like one of the last tracks you unlock in the game where you're like riding on top of this subway train. And like, I love being able to ride on top of trains in racing games. If you let me drive on top of a train in a racing game, that track's automatically elevated. Big Blue. Do I like it more than Sunshine Airport? I don't think I like it more than Sunshine Airport, but I like it more than Mute City. Yeah, that feels like a good placement for Big Blue. It's a segmented track, which gains it extra points in my eyes. And now we have... I think everything actually past this point is Booster Course Pass tracks. And some of these... you might have noticed we haven't used the F tier yet. This is where this is going to come in handy, because some of these tracks are just not good. Not all of them. There's a decent chunk that are really good. But there's a bunch that are also just super generic. Paris Promenade, I think, is like bottom of E tier. It's like of like the main city tracks, it's just bad. It's like it doesn't have the most interesting layout of them all. Like the only thing I can remember is like the arch. I feel like if they built like the track more around the like, I mean, I guess you do. Don't you go under the Eiffel Tower? I can never remember with this track. That's how forgettable it is. You'll notice that with a lot of the city tracks. They're just not memorable generally. You know what else isn't memorable? 3DS Toad Circuit. The only reason I remember that track is because I played Mario Kart 7 a lot as a kid. Choco Mountain's overrated. I'm sorry. Like, it's not the most interesting track. The theming is cool, with it being a chocolate mountain. But aside from that, the layout's not very interesting. In Mario Kart 64, I'm sure it was interesting. I just don't like Mario Kart 64 because it's an N64 game and it's very primitive compared to later Mario Kart games. And people only go back to play it because of nostalgia. But like Choco Mountain, it's better than most of these. I'd say it's a D tier. I'd say it's below. Would I rather play? Maybe it's top of D tier. I'd say top of D tier works for that. Do I even need to explain this one? It's fucking Coconut Mall. Like, it's Coconut Mall. Now the question, I think right there is good for Coconut Mall. It's not as good as it was in previous games just because of the aesthetic. I'd play Cloud Top. I played most of these tracks over it, but it's Coconut Mall. It's a classic. Tokyo Blur is arguably worse than no. Is it worse than Paris Promenade? Yeah, I think it is. There's just nothing that stands like the later tour tracks got pretty good. The early ones are just why. DS Shroom Ridge is at least it's a generic highway track, but at least it's interesting. It's like at least it has an identity and it commits to it, and the music's a bop. I'd say it goes below Toad's Turnpike. GBA Sky Garden's actually pretty damn good. I'd say this one is like a C. Maybe right under Choco Mountain. Sky Garden's pretty good. Another great way to reinterpret a GBA track. Ninja Hideaway is fantastic, though. This is where these courses really start popping off. Like, I'd say above Dragon Driftway. That's a good place for Ninja Hideaway. Ninja Hideaway is really good. Just like, there's some, like, I think one of the biggest issues with Ninja Hideaway is it doesn't visually communicate a lot of its shortcuts, where it's like this, like the bit, like the really steep stairway at the beginning. It's like, for part of that, it feels like it's so steep and the stairs are so spaced out that you shouldn't be able to go up that, but for some reason you can. But that's the neat thing about Ninja Hideaway, is it has so many different, like, little shortcuts around. I think the only thing keeping it from being higher is just, like, the visual fidelity and the communication of those shortcuts not being there. New York Minute is better than Paris Promenade and Tokyo Blur, I'll give it that. I think... Yeah. Yeah, I think that's solid. Mario Circuit 3, it's Mario Circuit 3. It's not in the same tier as Donut Plains, but... I'd say right here is good. Right here in the D tier. It's a generic remake of a Mario Circuit track. It feels like the one in Mario Kart Wii. Like, it's fine. This version of Calamari Desert is more interesting than most versions of Calamari Desert because, like, you have the whole aesthetic of, you have the whole thing where it's like you actually get to race on the tracks that the train drives now, and that's fun. That's the one thing about, like, the Booster Course Pass tracks that I think is really neat, where it's like they really strive to make each lap feel different. And I think that's good. I'll put it above Cheeseland. Yeah, that works. Waluigi Pinball. It's Waluigi Pinball. Like, what else can I say about Waluigi Pinball? This is one of the best tracks in Mario Kart history. I think I'd play TikTok Clock over it, but no, I wouldn't. I'd play Hyrule Circuit over it. Sydney Sprint is fine. The Opera House thing, like, flying through the Opera House is fun, but that's only on the last lap. The rest of the track is really generic. I'd say above Royal Raceway. That's a good place for it. Mario Circuit GBA feels like it needs to be higher, actually, now that we're, like... That feels better. That feels better. GBA Snowland. I don't remember shit about you, bro. I'm sorry. I like you more than Dry Desert. Mushroom Gorge is also peak. I think this is this is probably an S tier track. I think low S, above Music Park. Mushroom Gorge is really good. I always loved Mushroom Gorge as a kid. That's another Mario Kart Wii track I played the shit out of. And it's just as good here. I like the gliding section at the end. Yeah, it's pretty good. Sky High Sundae. Surprisingly, the only Mario Kart 8 track that's getting remade in World. And it's not even really a Mario Kart 8 track, which is kind of funny. But I would say Sky High Sundae. Sky High Sunday's okay. I think above Calamari Desert works. It has some gimmicks, like there's like the ramp, like the incline going up, where it's like you can like do like your spins off the like the middle poles. That feels weird that you just clip through them. I think that this track could have been better designed, and I think it's going to be better designed in World. So yeah, we have that. 3DS Rock Mountain's pretty damn good. I'd say top of, not quite A tier, but yeah, top of B tier works. I think I'd play it over Ribbon Road. That makes sense. It has a really good gliding section. That's one of the best gliding sections. Merry Mountain I've played like twice, and nothing stood out to me about it really. So I'm gonna say over Cheeseland, below Calamari Desert. London Loop sucks. There's nothing memorable about London Loop. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's our first F tier. London Loop sucks. No, you know what? If London Loop sucks, so does Paris Promenade, and so does Tokyo Blur. Tokyo Blur goes up. Don't ask me why, I don't understand my reasoning, but that just feels better. Boo Lake. GBA Boo Lake is fine. It's nothing special. It's fine. It's fine. I don't know what else to say. It's fine. Maple Tree Way is, of course, classic. I think it's maybe not an A tier, but it's definitely like top of S. Maple Tree Way is another classic. God, Mario Kart Wii did have some of the best tracks, didn't it? Wow. Berlin Byway is top of F. It's not memorable. DS Peach Gardens. Ooh, I love DS Peach Gardens. My baby, my creature. I love running away from the chain chomps. I think this is like... Is this A tier? No, this isn't A tier. This is B tier. I think Peach Gardens goes here. That feels right to me. Top of B tier. Oh, 3DS Rainbow Road. The GOAT. The GOAT. This is the best Rainbow Road, in my opinion. And probably the best track in this game. 3DS Rainbow Road. Remember how I said I liked the segmented tracks? This is why. This is one of the best segmented tracks in the series. And just like making Rainbow Road like an intergalactic adventure where you're going on all these planets with the rings and stuff. It's good shit. Good shit. I love 3DS Rainbow Road. It's my favorite. I wish the Smash stage would come back based on it. Amsterdam Drift. I remember this one having a bit more oomph to it. This is the one with like the soccer field, right? Yeah, no wait, that's a different one, isn't it? I'm thinking, that's Madrid Drive. Amsterdam Drift, what did you have going for you? Evidently nothing. Riverside Park is fine. I don't remember this one very much. I'd say Sky Garden's probably better. DK Summit's really good. I like DK Summit a lot. Well, maybe not really good, but like, I'd say over Baby Park. The whole half-pipe tricking, reinterpreting the half-pipes as like, slight anti-grav sections makes sense and it works. The Yoshi's Island track is really fun. I think this is like B tier. I think it's like top of B tier. Yoshi's Island is really fun. The track icon sucks, but it's a good track. Bangkok Rush, don't remember you, bro. Maybe I just need to make the bad tour tracks. Why is Tokyo Blur alone up here? No, it goes down here too. DS Mario Circuit. It's DS Mario Circuit. It's just kind of fine. It's just kind of fine. Waluigi Stadium is really good, though. Waluigi Stadium is peak. This one can go, I think, bottom of A tier. Again, they brought back the half-pipe tricking from the Wii remake, which is good. Singapore... do I just need to make this the... unmemorable? With the one single E, sure. Unmemorable. Vancouver Velocity I remember more of. This one was good, actually. I liked Vancouver Velocity. I think... yeah, top of D tier for Vancouver Velocity. Athens Dash was also really good. This is where the tour tracks start to get a bit better. Athens Dash, I'd say, is above Vancouver. No, I like Vancouver Velocity a bit more. Daisy Cruiser's classic. That's a good B tier track. I'd say better than Yoshi's Island. Yeah. Yeah, well, I kind of like DK Summit more. Yeah, okay. That works. Moonview Highway is Toad's Turnpike, but if it was good. Moonview Highway is really good. I do like Moonview Highway quite a bit. I think it's just the highway being wider presents a better sense of scale, I think, which makes this like a top of B tier. Squeaky Clean Sprint is very good. I like this one a lot. This one's really good. I'd say A tier. Yeah, A tier feels right. The part where you like go down the drain is really fun. And just like, I like ones where it's like the aesthetic is like you've been shrunk down and now you have to maneuver around these everyday household objects. I think that's fun. Los Angeles Laps is one of the worst tour tracks, unmemorable. Sunset Wilds, also unmemorable. I'd say, yeah. Wii Koopa Cape is peak though. Wii Koopa Cape is peak. I'd say this goes like... I think A tier is a good place for this, but where in the A tier? I'd say below Moo Moo Meadows. Koopa Cape was another one of my favorites back when I was a kid. This one's really good. I like the it's kind of weird. I like the tubes. The tube part is really fun. Madrid Drive. This is the one with the soccer field. This one's pretty good. I would say this goes in like. Where does this go? I'd say above Boo Lake. Yeah, above Boo Lake. Rosalina's Ice World is fine. It's fine. It's like a D tier. It's not anything egregiously bad. It's just like, why do you exist? That's a fitting place for it. SNES Bowser Castle 3 surprised me. I did not realize how extensively they were going to remake this track, and I'm so glad they put so much effort into it, because this one's actually really good. I think this one is really rewards skilled racing. I think that's a good place for it. SNES Bowser Castle 3 is pretty damn good. Wii Rainbow Road, I forgot how good this one was. This is another S tier. I think all of the Rainbow Roads have made it into S tier except for N64 Rainbow Road, so I know people are going to come to my house and kill me for that one, but I'd say that's a good place for it. Yeah, I like that they kept the thing where it's like you turn into a meteor if you fall off the road in that one. That one's good. Romavanti's pretty good. I like Romavanti. I'd say Romavanti goes here. That feels right. GameCube DK Mountain, it's GameCube DK Mountain. That's an A tier. Like, it's a classic for a reason. Everybody knows DK Mountain. I think it's bottom of A tier just because I like all these tracks more than GameCube DK Mountain, but... And then Wii Daisy Circuit. Oh, Wii Daisy Circuit. This one's probably one of the better, like, one of the best, regular-ass circuit tracks. I'd say, like, top of B. That feels right to me. I think it has a fun aesthetic. It has, like... I like the part where you, like, go around, like, the fountains, I think is fun. Or you can take it whatever route you want. And Piranha Plant Cove, the very last track added to the game. This one... I like this one. I don't have much else to say other than I like this one. That's probably been, like, half this video. I don't know. Sometimes I don't know how to put my thoughts into words, but other than, hey... Good track. But yeah, so that there is my Mario Kart 8 Deluxe track tier list. We have the Wahoo tier. Thank you so much for playing my game. It's a me, Mario. So long, gay Bowser. Oh no, Mama, and unmemorable, formerly, oh my god. But you all have a lovely rest of your day. Like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. I'll see you when Mario Kart World comes out in a couple, not even a couple months, just about a month at this point. So soon, I'm gonna be devouring my Switch too. Y'all have a lovely evening, or day, or afternoon, or whatever it is where you are. I don't know. Bye!